All right, defenders, welcome back to the channel. We have some very breaking news that just happened, and we really need to talk about this because this serves as a warning to the state, and I want you all, as my defenders on this channel, to be prepared and not scared. So let's talk about what just happened. 2,000 ICE agents have surged into the state as of last night. That's January 6th, 2026. And in the process of doing their deportation orders and investigating the Somali fraud, a woman who was being arrested was then tried to flee, got in a vehicle, and tried to run over ICE agents in the process of trying to get away. This unfortunately cost her her life because in defending themselves, the ICE agents fired on her and ended her life, which is tragic. And I even though you're here illegally, I don't want your life to be ended. I want the legal process to go through as it is supposed to. And this is definitely a tragedy, and I wish this on nobody. But this is also causing a heating up of rhetoric on the politicians in the state of Minnesota, and now equally they're using this as a point of political points to then push what they want. Walz has just come out and threatened the use and deployment of the Minnesota National Guard and has just issued this warning to the state.
Order to prepare the Minnesota National Guard. We have soldiers in training and prepared to be deployed if necessary. I remind you, a warning order is a heads up for folks. And these National Guard troops are our National Guard troops. They're teachers in your community, they're business owners, they're construction professionals. They are Minnesotans. Minnesota will not allow our community to be used as a prop in a national political fight. We will not take the bait. We will continue to update you, Minnesota, as we get more information. Now I'd like to turn it over to...
Now, this is interesting. Yes, he's stating this is our Minnesota National Guard, our citizens, this is our Minnesota, and that they are our community members and business owners and teachers in our community. And he is threatening that he will use them if necessary to remove ICE agents and the federal government from the state of Minnesota. And Mayor Fry of Minneapolis is mirroring this as well, and has actually come out and stated that, please, federal government, get your ICE agents out of here. We are trying to protect our communities.
ICE, get the fuck out of Minneapolis. Your stated reason for being in this city is to create some kind of safety, and you are doing exactly the opposite. Somebody is dead. That's on you. This was an agent recklessly using power that resulted in somebody dying. To the family, I'm so deeply sorry. We're going to be working towards justice as quickly as we possibly can right now. And justice is what we've all got to get. We're going to make sure that in this very difficult moment, we do not take the bait that these ICE agents are trying to create and that the federal government, to be clear, want.
The big thing they are protecting, we're already seeing, is that they're protecting their voting base and they're protecting the fraud that is happening in the state. We've already established this. Walz and Ellison himself are both implicated in this entire endeavor with the fraudsters in Minnesota. But focusing on the rhetoric that's heating up. Can Walz actually do this? Yes, he could. But at the same time, Trump and the executive branch actually could federalize the National Guard at the same time to protect ICE agents and federal facilities, and it's completely legal to do so. And this was reinforced this last year, during 2025. By the U.S. Supreme Court that, yes, he can federalize National Guard to protect federal interests. It is completely legal to do so. And so that creates a unique standoff where it's basically our own little slice in Minnesota and then happening of bleeding Kansas. A federal standoff versus a state standoff, which is not something I wish at all. We want to avoid a civil conflict if at all possible. Now, this is further compounding and getting worse because the rhetoric online and what's happening in the streets is protesters are now actively pushing back ICE agents right now. And not only are they pushing back ICE agents, Minneapolis police who were there, boots on the ground, protecting these ICE agents, were then given orders to pull back out of the area and to leave immediately, and they are under the threat of these protesters that are coming through.
Look at this live shot that we're seeing right now. We just saw some black vehicle vans moving their way through, and now you see snowballs flying in this group of individuals that are moving. You've got law enforcement in the front of this group that look like they're walking backwards, so they're being pushed, is the way it looks, backwards by protesters who are throwing snowballs at them right now. Let's bring in Victor Avila. Let's stay on this live shot as we bring in Victor, retired ICE special agent, now assistant director for the Office of National Drug Control Policy in the administration. Victor, thank you for being here. I don't know, can you see what we're seeing live on screen right now? Are you able?
Now, furthermore, online rhetoric is beginning to heat up also, because online forums and Reddit are absolutely a spot for communication with Antifa. And what we're seeing is that all over Reddit right now, Antifa is calling for mobilization in Minnesota and calling for the pushing out of ICE agents and for the use of 2A. And don't take my word for it. I am just repeating what is being said on these Reddit forums right here. And what we're seeing, though, is that they're saying this is the reason for 2A to exist, and that ICE has fired the first shots, and that we need to mobilize and get organized. And this is not good. Antifa already designated a terrorist or an international terrorist organization, because they do have roots internationally to the Antifa movement of Germany, dating all the way back to 1934, which was an offshoot of Revcon, Revolution Communism, in Germany during the rise of the Weimar Republic. So that made big historical base on the international level, definitely. But that aside, this is a huge deal for Minnesota, and my concern is that with Antifa then trying to mobilize again, is that we get a repeat of the summer of love, and they call it the winter of discontent, if you will. And what we don't want to see is Antifa in the streets then burning down our businesses, our communities all over again, and creating that threat. And so I just want you to be prepared for that. Again, our channel, what do we talk about? Being prepared, not scared. Pay attention to what's happening, communicate with others, watch some independent media, and don't just take my word for it. Watch other sources as well, and watch what's happening, okay? And if you find yourself in a downtown area and people are pulling on black masks, get out of the area. There's no good is going to come from that. I want you to protect yourselves as necessary, but self-defense definitely is still a last resort. If you can extricate yourself from that area, all the better. Okay, if we don't have to use self-defense, if we don't have to use something to protect ourselves, and we can avoid a violent confrontation, that is a win. Okay, it is horrible that we're seeing this in our state. And a lot of people I don't think realize how serious this is starting to get with how politicians are talking here. And Walz himself, you just heard him say that, the federal government is using this as political grandstanding. The political grandstanding was done by the Walz administration when they allowed all this fraud to continue for decades and to crap all over the citizens in Minnesota. And this is the repercussions that they're reaping from this, with investigations now going on here. And it is truly tragic that a woman, whether she was legal or illegal, lost her life in this process. Yes. But you don't resist, because that is then obstruction of justice. You are breaking the law, and then you threaten the lives of law enforcement officers, both federal and state. Minneapolis Police Department was there on the ground too, and they should not be threatened in that manner either. And so we're hitting this unique impasse, and that's why I say our own slice of bleeding Kansas here. So we're starting to mirror that separation of state and federal, and lines being drawn very similar to what happened as the buildup in the 1860s with the Civil War, where we have diverging worldviews that are occurring real time as you're watching in these videos, in forums, on the internet, that's dividing our country more and more. And that is, of course, what entities that be in our country and outside of our country want, because a divided people is a conquerable people. I don't mean conquer like necessarily someone's going to come in and invade us and take over the United States, but we're more controllable when we are divided amongst ourselves. So be prepared out there, guys. Not scared. Pay attention to what's going on. And if you find yourself in those downtown areas and things are starting to heat up, get out of those areas. Watch out for yourselves and protect your families first and foremost. It's Mike with Aegis Defense Solutions. God bless and good night, everybody.